In our interview, Dame Oka Donley talks about strategies to discourage young Nigerians from embarking on the dangerous adventure across the Mediterranean. Dame Julie Oka Donley, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Let's begin with your experience when you joined the government delegation to Libya. What were your observations?
The mission was to, first of all, go to Libya to find out the number of camps where we have Nigerians in and to see how to get them back to Nigeria, to evacuate them. And secondly, to also see the possibility of getting prisoners in prison in Libya, Nigerian prisoners, to come back to continue with their prison sentences. We identified 14 camps, but we were able to visit 4 camps. And on the day we were leaving, the technical team that arrived, were meant to go to check the rest of the 10 camps, identify Nigerian citizens with a view to evacuating them, and also to get those who are living in Libya, either legally or illegally, and are desirous of coming back to Nigeria,
Some Nigerians have returned. How many exactly are still trapped in Libya?
We're told that we're expecting over 5,000 back, but so far we've brought back about over 800,000 Nigerians.
So what exactly happens? What is the fate of those who have returned? Because this brings a lot of concern, really. When they come back, we hear stories of how they don't know what to do. I know at that point, and then state governments are complaining about mega funds, to cater for them. So what is next?
I really don't think that should be an issue, because this particular evacuation exercise is the federal government's project. This project was specifically born by the president, and he said it's not just a situation of bringing back the Nigerians, but to rehabilitate them so that at the end of the day they will be useful to themselves and to the country. So it's a full process of repatriation and rehabilitation.
You're talking of rehabilitating them. I'm talking about the state governments. These governments, some of them are complaining about how little funds are available for them to cater for these returnees. So what's going to happen? Are you certain that these returnees would get adequate welfare?
Yeah, like I said before, the federal government has made provisions for the returnees to be rehabilitated by the federal government. But there are some states who are insisting that they want to take away their indigenes. So the question here you should be asking is, are they prepared to take care of their indigenes? And if the answer is no, then they should leave it for the federal government and strengthen the institutions that are empowered to rehabilitate these ones.
Apparently, they are not prepared to take care of them right now because they have been complaining about how little funds they have to do this. So that's why I'm asking, how are you going to, bridge this disconnect right now? We have insufficient funds here and the large number of people involved.
There's a federal government has made provisions to rehabilitate all those coming. It's a federal government project. That's my point. So some state governments are insisting they want to take theirs. But the truth is they are not prepared to take theirs. So the question here is, the point here is, assist those federal government agencies like NAPTIP and Refugee Commission, who are empowered to take care of, to rehabilitate these ones, strengthen them. You can give us financial assistance, you can bring food, there's a lot to be done. But to take them away and put them in hotels for 2 days and release them after 2 days into the society is a very dangerous precedent, because that is against the protocol. You do not take returnees and put them in hotels for 2 days and release them back into the society.
So that's what's been happening?
That's what's happening in some states, unfortunately. Because the right thing to do is, as soon as they arrive, they are put in shelters. In these shelters, they are counseled. They are counseled. Their medicals are taken care of, because some of them come back with some conditions. So you do not allow them to go out and mix. It's a very dangerous epidemic we are looking at. So they come back, they check out their medicals, and they are treated while they are in the shelters. They are being treated and counseled at the same time. When they have stabilized, when they've gotten to a stable condition, then you can now talk of rehabilitation. What do you want to do? And then you engage them, give them skills. Some of them want to